Ma'am, we'll start in almost 5 minutes.
Abbas?
Yes, ma'am. Should I start now?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Abbas Syed Nuruddin. I am a senior year electrical engineering student at ZSCT AMU. I am serving as the vice chairperson to the Women in Engineering Affinity Group at Aligarh Muslim University. IEEE is the world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. And IEEE Women in Engineering is a global network of IEEE members and volunteers dedicated to promoting women engineers and scientists and inspiring girls around the world to follow and take up careers in science and engineering. This affinity group has been created recently at AMU with the goal to promote and motivate young female students to take up career in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we often observe in engineering colleges that the batches are not gender diversified. Engineering disciplines integrate scientific principles with practically oriented research, providing systems and processes that themselves create ways of acquiring new knowledge. So, this integration is what makes engineering critical. So, I now request our chairperson, Ms. Mana Mahmood, to take over and say a few words and introduce our speaker for today.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. I would like to quote a particular quote by IEEE, which is I believe in the unlimited power of women in the context of science and education. So that's the motto of WIE. The topic of today's session holds immense importance in shaping the careers of many young and bright minds like we have with us in the audience today. We at WIE Affinity Group are working diligently to promote women engineers and shape their minds beautifully and decorate them to do wonders in the future. To highlight the importance of engineering in the present scenario, we have with us the best suited speaker, the flag bearer of highly talented and enthusiastic female engineers, none other than Dr. Selma Shaheen ma'am. On behalf of the whole WIE Affinity Group fraternity, with due respect and regards, I welcome you, ma'am, to this session. Ma'am, when we planned for this event on the importance of engineering, your name was the shining bright star in our minds. And you have been guiding and you are still guiding many young minds towards shaping their careers in the engineering fields. I'm very sure, ma'am, that our audience will feel highly empowered after receiving your guidance. Now, without much ado, I request you to please address the audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. I'm very thankful to Abbas Sayed and Mahina for giving me chance to say few words on this platform, and a special mention to Uratulan. So once again, I'm thankful to all of you. And as you have already introduced, that today's theme is importance of engineering in present scenario. So shall I share my screen?
Sure, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So before I go into details of today's theme, I would like to familiarize you with the need of engineering. So the concept of engineering is not new. It is since ancient times when human being invented some tools like wedge, lever, wheel, and pulley. Today also, the same basic principles, same fundamentals, or the mechanical properties are used to develop some wonderful tools, some automatic tools which can do wonders in each and every area of a human's life. From this picture, you can see the advancement in the tools, or you can say gadgets or the items, starting from Stone Age to wheels, then pulleys, engines, aeroplane, and finally the ICT or internet. So as we can see that world is changing rapidly because of many advancement and developments, and behind all that, engineers are the ones, because the engineers are converting their own ideas into reality. Engineers are applying basic principles, fundamentals of mathematics and science to develop solution to any technical problem. Therefore, we can say that in an advanced technological world, we need more and more engineers. So I think I would not go into details of definition of engineering, uh, but we can see that what would be the world without engineers. So with the help of four interesting pics, you can get the idea that how the world would be without engineers. Like this would be our condition in aerospace. Similarly, for organizing or arranging conferences, this would be the situation. Similarly, bridges would be something like that without civil engineers, and without calculators and the workstations, calculation would be like this. So we cannot imagine this world without engineers. That's why I'm saying that more and more girls should participate in this interesting field of engineering.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Please.
Ma'am, your slides are frozen.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Now there is.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
So we can say that engineering is application of scientific knowledge for solving any problem of the real world. And the most interesting thing about engineering is whatever new ideas, some innovative plans, or whatever engineers are having in their mind, they can convert it into reality. That is the most exciting thing about engineering. So here, I guess all the participants are engineers, but you might have seen that everybody says that my profession is the best, whether it is medicine, arts, or science. But really, engineers can distinguish from other professions because they are having ability to solve any problem, to solve any technical problem. Maybe it is very complex, and also suggesting solutions which are cost economical and very, very practical. So in that way, we can say that engineers are different from other professions. Now with this slide, we can see that how engineering concepts connects pure science to society. So with this, the engineering is very much connected and useful for society, for analysis, for science, and creativity as well. This is the life cycle of engineering design process, wherein you can see that you may identify and define any problem. It may be related to any field. Whatever problem you have identified, you must gather information, all technical information related to that problem, and then suggest some possible solution. And after that, a prototype is created. The prototype is your something like a working model, and this prototype should be evaluated or tested for each and every aspect of your prototype. And you must find out if there is any aspect of your prototype which is not working properly, then you must modify your prototype, and then it should be tested again. So once everything is all right, your prototype model is working properly, then it should be refined further, and then it is finalized at final product. So this picture shows the complete engineering design process.
Man, your slides are frozen again.
As I said, uh, engineers are the inventors. They have invented so many new instruments, so many new tools in each and every area of human life. And engineers don't sit back and watch, they make things happen. Therefore, by using some innovative ideas, some creativity, and a wealth of knowledge, the engineering graduates are impacting the world.
Excuse me, ma'am. I think your slides are frozen again. We can't see them. Yes.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay. It's slide number 10 now. It's fine, ma'am. We can see.
All right, all right. So every day there are already many specializations of engineering. In our engineering college as well, we are having many streams of engineering, but still some new branches are coming up which would be very, very useful for development and growth of our country, like data science and machine learning, automation and robotic engineer, biomedical engineering, aerospace engineering, textile engineering, medical and electronics, and many more. Now, next, we'll see the influence of engineering in various sectors, starting from healthcare sector, because for human being, health is the most important thing. And these days, so many young and old people are suffering from one or other type of disease. That's why, first of all, I'll take that healthcare sector. So these days, the modern medicine and healthcare is totally dependent on engineering, whether it is for prevention, for diagnosis of diseases, and for its treatment as well. So the most important area in healthcare is medical imaging, where for anatomical imaging, we are using different machine like X-rays and CT scan, MRIs, and PET scan extra. You might have heard the name of PET scan, which is actually used for detecting the early signs of cancer and heart diseases and also brain disorders. And these devices, by using X-rays, developing very high resolution 3D images so that diagnosis can easily be done. Then another area in medical sciences is surgery, wherein engineering is involved from one point to another, starting from their operating theaters to latest instruments. For example, for endoscopy, there is one electronic probe in which camera and light is connected, and this may be used to check inside the body of human being to make sure about the organs and intestine and everything, and can get the real-time video here, so that this would be useful in diagnosis. And then medical robots are already in use, and with the help of this, many type of surgery, which includes eye surgery, cardiac surgery, and orthopedic, and of course, many more. Recently, it has been observed that about 1 million artificial limbs, hips, and joints are replaced. And the designing, development, and manufacturing of these joints, limbs, and hips done by engineers, and research is continuously going on to improve these limbs and joints, and also the material that is used for joints and limbs should be a good material, so that it should not be harmful for human body. And then area of artificial intelligence, which is becoming or gaining ground in the market these days. One example of this, with the help of AI, the skin cancer can be detected accurately and quickly. One published research work shows that by using AI, about 95% correct detection of skin cancer can be done, as compared to with human being, which is only 87%. So here we can see the use and the importance of AI. And the next is Internet of Medical Things, which is known as IoMT. Because of connected infrastructure of medical devices and software applications, it is easy to communicate with any IT healthcare sector whenever there is any emergency. And with the help of this IoMT, the monitoring of patient can be done remotely. Some old and chronic patients of hypertension, maybe diabetic, can be monitored remotely, and there is no need for them to visit hospital in person. Therefore,
I'm sorry, ma'am, for the interruption, but I guess the screen has frozen again. It's the slide number 17 now.
is it okay?
Yes,
it
ma'am.
visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I guess you can please keep clicking on the slides. That's how they'll be visible.
Okay. Or maybe sometimes if
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
switching on the pointer,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Thank you.
All right, I'll continue. As in this picture, you can see some personal wearable devices like smart blood pressure devices, smart fitness devices can be used, and all that can be monitored with the health monitoring phones. And it can give the record of maybe sugar level, BP level, and oxygen level, maybe pulse rate in real time. Here you can see the use of electronic nose, where electronic engineers are playing instrumental role. This is the picture of different types of electronic nose, which is used for or can be used as sensing device. And the application of electronic nose are enormous. We'll see all applications quickly. But before that, I would like to give you one structure inside this, what happens, and actually how it works. For that, you may compare and see this diagram where any sample may be taken, maybe in different forms, and then it is fed to array of signals where we are having different type of sensors, and depending upon where you are using this electronic nose, different sensors are used so that they can sense that particular thing, and then generating signal and feeding it to a computer for further analysis and for pattern recognition. So these are the, yes?
Slide
Yes.
17.
What happened, file?
Ma'am,
This
this slide is still 17.
Can you see 18 now?
No, ma'am, still 17 is visible. Yes, ma'am, now it is. 18.
Okay. So shall I repeat this electronic nose, or the participants have got the idea? Shall I repeat this because this was not visible on the screen? Do you want me to repeat this, or shall I proceed further?
Ma'am, I guess you can say 1-2 lines.
All right, all right. So as I said, that here for designing of electronic nose, the role of electronic engineers can be seen, which is used as sensing device to detect flavors and odors and many more things it can do. These are different types of electronic nose, because one electronic nose can have only limited sensors and can sense only these flavors or things, I must say. The electronic nose, inside electronic nose, these are the some blocks starting from the sample. Any sample may be given to the input of the electronic nose, and then we are having an array of sensors, so limited sensors are used depending upon your requirement where you want to use this electronic nose. Accordingly, you can have sensors to sense that particular essence or flavor. Then it is generating array of signals and feeding it to computer for pattern recognition or for its perfect analysis. Only limited applications of electronic nose will discuss here because of short of time, but you can imagine and will really appreciate the importance of this electronic nose. Like, this is useful in food industry where we can check the quality of the food and beverages, drinks, to make sure quality is good or not, whether it is fresh or it is stale. Then it is also very useful in the area of medical sciences for diagnosis of diseases. And for that, the input, meaning some sample has to be given at the input of the electronic nose, and electronic nose can detect the diseases like TB, cancer, and many more. So either sputum or blood, or it may be nasal swab, or maybe saliva may be given as input to electronic nose, and it will detect the type of disease the patient is suffering from. Then importance of electronic nose in environmental management, it can also sense and can detect if there is any leakage of oil or maybe some toxic waste. So it may help in air quality monitoring and would be very useful. This can also check the emission coming out from different factories to make sure whether it is good for the environment or not. So by using electronic nose, we can also manage our environment. After that, the same nose can also be used for analysis of fruit ripening, because many fruits, when it is overripe, then the taste is either not good, I must say. The fruit will not be very tasty. Therefore, this electronic nose is used to make sure the maturity of the fruit, and also when packing these fruits for transporting it from one place to another place, the rotten fruits can also be detected so that it can be removed from the boxes to avoid further problems. And then last but not the least, detection of explosive. So this is also helpful for security and safety, and it is used in military and at many other important places so that it can easily detect if there is any explosive nearby.
Excuse me, ma'am, the slide is still 18.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, now it's 21.
Is it visible? Yes, 21. So just now we have seen the contribution or the role of electronic engineers. Now we can see the role of communication engineers, which is really very, very important. Communication engineers are playing instrumental role, especially in the field of internet. So with internet, what we can do, I think there is no need to explain. All of you are well familiar with this. Then there is also invention of some wearable self-powered energy system, like there is no need to charge these items externally. If you wear this, it will automatically be charged. Then another area is the area of field of virtual reality. As its name implies, the meaning of virtual reality is you can create the environment artificially or virtually, and people or participants can interact in this environment and they will feel as if it is happening really. So for that, the users or the participants, those who are participating in that environment, they must use either VR goggles, VR screens, VR gloves, and suits as well. Therefore, they can enjoy that environment. Environment may be any, it may be your cafe, it may be your beach, it may be any playing place, court, golf, it may be anything, and it will give you, when you will interact with this in this environment, you will get the, you will feel as if it is really happening. So in this picture, you can see some devices, some mobile devices, of course, talking about VR devices to interact in virtual environment. One
Ma'am, the
research,
slide is still
yes,
21.
is it not visible?
Ma'am, the slide is still 21.
Ma'am, if you are still facing problems, maybe you can share the presentation with us and we will present here from our side and we will coordinate with you.
Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Ma'am, slide 25 is visible.
24 is visible. This is 25 now.
Yes,
ma'am, 25.
25.
Yes, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So one research has been conducted, and it has been observed that there is about 20% increase in attention if we are using VR than by using video conferencing. So you can realize and feel the importance and significance of virtual reality. Next is about your 5G. Here you can see the evolution of 5G starting from 1G to 5G. With this also, I think young generation is well familiar. You will get unlimited data, and there are some more important features of 5G like low latency, and the large number of devices can be connected, and unlimited data, similarly many more.
Ma'am, slide 25 is visible.
All right. Shall I send it to Mr. Abbas for sharing?
Yes, ma'am, you can send it. Should I share my email here? Or you can even, if you have WhatsApp contact, you can even share to Kuratulan, ma'am. She can forward
Right.
to.
Wait a minute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have shared all these slides with Kuratulan because I was having WhatsApp number of her. Is it possible to share or?
Yes, yes, just a minute, just a minute. Where
But
are
why
you
is
going?
it happening here? May I know the reason? Because this type of difficulty I'm facing for the first time.
We are also exactly not sure what is happening.
That's why I'm not using pointer because 2 times I have noticed when you will switch on the pointer, it happens. But I think Kuratul can share the screen and see how it goes. जैसे यहाँ पे
Just 1 minute, ma'am, please.
In the meantime, if the audience has any questions, maybe they can ask Salma, ma'am. Anyone from the audience can unmute themselves and ask any question if you have.
or let me continue. We'll see if again it happens. Then Kuratul can share.
Okay, ma'am.
Because
Okay.
is it visible? This is slide number 28.
Just a minute.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, we are sharing. Just give us 1 minute.
Is it visible now?
Yes, Salma
Yes,
Khan
ma'am.
ma'am can stop sharing and we will be having it only.
Ma'am, can you please let me know the slide number?
I think it was 28.
Yes, ma'am, it is now. Please continue.
Ma'am, you can stop sharing and we have yeah,
Done, done.
yeah.
Stop sharing.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, please continue now.
Um, shall I continue?
Sure, ma'am, please.
I think 27 also we have not covered, which is regarding infrastructure. 27, please. Can I see 26?
Sure, ma'am.
Previous, please. 23. 22, please. All right. I'll continue. This is slide number 22, where it is shown that engineers are also playing important role in the infrastructure. For any country, for the growth of any country, it is important that the country should have good infrastructure. So our engineers are also working in this area, especially for management of water. As you can see from here, that and with the crisis of water, everybody is well familiar. Only 30% water is left in the earth. Therefore, civil engineers are maintaining and managing this for clean water and sanitation, providing water for irrigation purposes and for electricity generation as well. Next, please. So how they are managing water resources, for that it is important that accurate water supply forecasting should be there, because once again research shows that about 70% of water is used for irrigation purposes. Therefore, if you are having any system which can forecast about rainfall in local area in that particular area, and also the intensity of the rainfall, and then it may be informed quickly to the farmers of the local area, then we can save water up to some extent. Therefore, the engineers have already designed mobile phone based highly local weather forecasting and sending or delivering messages to all the farmers via SMS. So the outcome of this can be seen from here, that uh, the almond growers, they need 33% less water to produce almonds, while 20 years back they were using much more percentage of water. So you can notice the significant difference is here. Similarly, these days the nanotechnology is also becoming very, very popular, and in many fields areas we are using nanotechnology. So here also civil engineers are using this for purification of water, wherein the nanoparticles are used to remove trace contaminants from contaminated water supply, and this system is embedded into water supply infrastructure and cleaning or purifying millions of liters of water every month. I have been given half an hour time. So would you like me to stop or shall I continue? As you wish, please let me know so that I can conclude accordingly because
Ma'am, you can continue according to your convenience.
all right. Thank you very much. Then we'll see advancement.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm on whose screen the slide is? I'm unable to see the slide.
Just pin my name and you'll be able to see it now.
On your name, I'm able to see your face. I'm unable to see your screen.
There must be another dialog box saying Mahina Mahmood is presenting. Pin that one.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Shall I continue now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So next importance of engineering we can see in the area of transportation, and with this also young generation is well familiar, like by using sensors and GPS, it helps in route planning, can let you know which route is less congested, similarly can tell you the distance between the vehicles so that it can avoid the collision or the accidents. Similarly, the recent cars, they are having embedded sensors in the seat belt. So if driver is intoxicated or fatigued, it may also be detected. Next, please. So next is about electric cars. As its name implies, for electric cars, you don't need any petrol or diesel is needed. And of course, there is no harmful emission. And therefore, these electric cars are very, very eco-friendly and low maintenance is required for this kind of car. Some research is still going on so that renewable energy can be used for these electric cars. Next, please. Another area is aerospace, where you can see the contribution of aerospace engineers. They have designed aeroplanes, spacecraft, and satellite missiles, drones to go around the world. So some applications of drones, we can have a quick look. This is used for having a clear aerial view. In addition to that, at some places where it is not possible to deliver the items like some warehouses, and this drone can be used to deliver the items quickly. And very important use of drone is for medical emergencies, especially in the cities which are very crowded. There is too much of traffic jam. In that case, drone may help the patient for its treatment. Next, please. In disaster management also, the electrical, civil, and mechanical engineers are playing instrumental role. Like electrical engineers are controlling the power during rainfall so that electric shocks may be avoided. And while they are implementing some electronic gadgets, they are making proper earthing pits so that it may help during earthquakes. Similarly, some installation of electric motors and generators in drought-prone area so that further drying up can be avoided, and mechanical engineers are developing some mechanical devices like motorized gate so that the level of gauge can easily be detected and timely action can be taken. Next, please. In COVID also, engineers have made a difference. We can see some prototype. And next, please. A technology known as a SPOT stands for Scalable and Portable Testing. With the help of this device, this is battery operated and handy device, so that anywhere, if there is any patient and you are suspecting that it is having infection of corona, it may be tested. This is very easy to use and user friendly, and very less training is required to use these devices, while for other corona testing devices, trained technician is needed, only they can handle. The best part about this spot technology is that it needs saliva for testing instead of having nasal swab, because it is much more painful for patients. Next, please. Apart from so many advantages of this spot, a few more things, like it can give you accurate detection. The main reason for accurate detection is it detects multiple genes per sample instead of single gene per sample. Therefore, chances for accuracy is high here. As you can see in this diagram, the saliva of patient is conducted, and then it is given to capillary 1, and this capillary is connected to this spot device, and then there is a fluid which is used to rupture the or break the membrane of the cell, and from capillary 2 the sample is also given to this machine. So the input of capillary 1 and capillary 2, with the help of these two, the spot will detect and will give you accurate result if anybody is suffering from corona infection. Next, please. Then engineers have also designed one face mask which looks like your ordinary face mask, but there are some disposable sensors, and patient may wear this mask, and this will detect whether patient is positive or negative. But the best part is the output or the result would be inside the inside the cap or inside the mask for privacy purposes. Next, please. As you can see in this diagram, this is the disposable sensor, and like this, the whatever is the output or the result of the patient would be displayed inside. Then slide number 33, where we'll see women in engineering, which is for today's talk. I think this is very, very important for me to cover. And it has been found that still there are very less females are participating in the field of engineering. The latest statistics shows that there are only 27.9% females are working in the field of engineering. Next, please. So there may be many reasons for that, like females or girls are not familiar, and sometimes they think that engineering is the field for male dominated, or it is male dominated industry, or sometimes they feel that it is non-creative. But this is not true, and some more reasons are they feel marginalized, especially during their apprenticeship type, or some summer camps are going on. If there is some team academic work, they feel like that. And also it has been observed that there are less opportunities for women in the field of engineering, because generally the most challenging task of assignment is given to boys, and girls are having only routine work to do as in their or as their assignment. Next, please. So these days we are having a concept of equal opportunity. So I think everybody should get the equal chance to fulfill their potential, and the gender stereotypes should not dictate girls or females to do this career is not good for you, you should not go in this, all that. Next, please. And once again, one published research reveals that with gender equality, higher productivity, higher return on investment, and higher consumer satisfaction is achieved. Therefore, it is important that more and more girls should participate and take any stream of engineering, but they should be active in their field in a research area also. Next, please. Slide 38, please. Next, please. Slide number 39, please. Next. Okay, now I would like to conclude this session and would say that more and more girls engineers should come in, and nothing is difficult. None of the area or the stream or the branch of engineering is like that, where women cannot contribute, where they cannot play important role. Therefore, we must meaning those who are already in this profession, they must encourage their friends and must tell, because this is all over the world. This is not in Indian scenario. Really, still very few girls are participating or taking admission in engineering. Therefore, we must promote them. As you have seen, there are many more slides wherein you can see the research done by young girls engineers, and in US, in India also. And therefore, by this field of engineering, uh, we should be ready to reap the benefits of making tools for creativity, for converting or translating their own ideas or their innovation in reality, and must embrace these new technologies. So once again, I'm very thankful to Engineer Abbas, Engineer Mahina, and Mrs. Kuratulan for inviting me on this platform. And
Thank you so much.
very much all the participants for your patient hearing. Once again, thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm hearing engineer from your mouth is just like us. It feels so great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling us that.
Thank you.
Now I would request Javeria Sajid to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum. This is Javeria Sajid, Head of Operations at Women in Engineering Affinity Group, Zarit CT AMU. I am truly honored to deliver vote of thanks for this amazing session on the behalf of our whole branch and our affinity group. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Salma ma'am for sparing her valuable time and enlightening us with her thoughts and experiences. It's so great to have you here, ma'am. With your knowledge and guidance, I hope we will be connected in the future too, inshallah. Bhumika, yeah, please present the memento. Okay, so ma'am, please accept this token of appreciation from our side, a virtual memento for you. Thank you again, ma'am.
Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you so much. You have planned it in a very perfect way. Once again, I am thankful to entire team, including Javeria, Dr. Kuratulan, Engineer Mehina, and Engineer Abbas. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. And I would like to thank Kuratalan, ma'am, our affinity group advisor, for her constant support and guidance. I would also like to thank our patient and sincere audience for joining us today. I hope you guys have gained a lot from this session. And lastly, a big shout out to our WIE affinity group, who is doing wonders and educating little girls. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
ma'am.